Guys, welcome back to the channel. I've got a pretty interesting video for you all today. Artificial intelligence is taking the world by storm. ChatGPT is just everywhere. It's making people money in stocks. It's telling people how to start businesses. It's creating fan fiction. It's writing songs. It's writing poems. It's unbelievable. And then we've got Midjourney, which is the AI image generator, which can basically make any image you want, judging by whatever you text prompt. Unbelievable. But anyway, we have applied AI to Harry Potter. I have asked ChatGPT to rewrite the final chapter of Deathly Hallows, and it's interesting, it's funny, it's shocking. Yeah, so I headed on over to ChatGPT. I typed in, I said, hey, rewrite the final chapter of Deathly Hallows for me. Initially, ChatGPT said as an AI language model they cannot rewrite a chapter until I told ChatGPT that it was for entertainment purposes only, and then it said okay. So you can see the bot kind of tries to cover itself from a legal standpoint that it actually cannot write an official rewrite for something like that. But once you explain that it's for your own entertainment purposes, normally the bot will, lighten up a little bit. So guys, I've got it here, okay? I've got the final chapter of Deathly Hallows rewritten by artificial intelligence. I'm gonna read it out to you now, and I've got it on the iPad here. So okay, let's have a look. I'm gonna try, put some photos in like my normal videos, just to give you more of a nice image, of what this rewrite from the Deathly Hallows is. Okay, let's have it. The final chapter of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, rewritten for entertainment purposes only. Harry, Ron and Hermione stared at each other in disbelief. It was over. Voldemort was dead. They had won. As they made their way back to Hogwarts... Okay, they were actually in Hogwarts, but... First mistake. They couldn't help but feel a sense of relief and exhaustion. It had been a long and difficult journey. But they had emerged victorious. As they walked through the halls of the castle, they were greeted with cheers and applause from their fellow students. It seemed that everybody was celebrating their victory. But as they entered the Great Hall, they were met with a surprise. Standing at the head of the hall was none other than Professor Dumbledore. "Welcome back, Harry, Ron and Hermione," he said with a smile. "I must say, you've all done a remarkable job." "Professor," Hermione cried out. "But how is this possible? You're dead." Dumbledore chuckled. "Ah, yes. Well, it's a long story, and not one that I can fully explain at this moment. Suffice it to say that I am here now, and I am proud of you all." The trio couldn't believe it. They had thought Dumbledore was gone forever, but here he was, standing before them. As the celebrations continued around them, Harry, Ron and Hermione couldn't help but reflect on all they had been through. They had faced incredible danger and had come close to losing everything, but they had also found the strength and courage that they never knew they had. As they looked around the Great Hall at their friends and fellow students, they realised that they had also found something else. A sense of belonging and family that they had never known before. For in the end, it wasn't just about defeating Voldemort, it was about standing together and fighting for what they believed in. It was about love, loyalty and friendship. As the trio stood before Dumbledore, they couldn't help but feel a sense of awe and wonder. They had never thought they would ever see him again. Yet here he was, standing before them with a twinkle in his eye. "Harry, Ron, Hermione," Dumbledore said, his voice filled with warmth and pride. "You have all shown incredible bravery and determination. You have faced terrible dangers and overcome unimaginable obstacles, and in doing so, you have saved our world from darkness and despair." The trio exchanged a look. Feeling humbled by Dumbledore's words, they had done what they had to do, but they didn't feel like heroes. But Dumbledore continued, his eyes scanning around the room. "And let us not forget many others who have fought and sacrificed for this course. Our fallen heroes who gave their lives so that we may live in peace. They are the true heroes of this war." As the crowd fell silent, the trio bowed their heads in respect and remembrance. They thought of their friends who had fallen in battle, and they knew they would never forget them. But then, as Dumbledore raised his wand, something incredible happened. A wave of light spread throughout the room, enveloping everyone in its warm glow. It was a spell of healing and renewal, a symbol of hope and a promise of a better future. And as Harry, Ron and Hermione felt the spell's warmth wash over them, they knew that their journey was not over. They still had work to do, battles to fight, and challenges to overcome. It literally just said it ended. Okay, anyway. But they also knew that they would face these challenges together as a family. And as they looked around the Great Hall at their friends and loved ones, they knew that they had found something truly precious, a sense of belonging and a home. So first they found family and what they didn't know they had, and now it's belonging and home. So ChatGPT likes to repeat itself, but in just different terms of phrasing. Let's keep going. As the trio stood in the Great Hall, surrounded by their friends and fellow students, they couldn't help but feeling overwhelmed by the emotions of the moment. They had fought so hard, faced so many challenges and sacrifices to get to this point. It felt like only the beginning. But as they looked around the room, they saw hope and joy on the faces of their loved ones. There were tears and hugs and smiles of relief. It was a moment of true unity and celebration. They walked through the crowd, accepting congratulations and hugs from everyone they encountered. Neville Longbottom approached them, a huge grin on his face. "You did it," he said, hugging each of them in turn. "You saved us all." And then there was Luna Lovegood, her eyes shining bright with happiness. I can do a good impression of Luna. I'm Irish. "You three are my heroes," she said, taking their hands in hers. "You've done what so many thought was impossible. You made the world a better place." It's not bad for, like, a male voice. But anyway, as they moved through the Great Hall, they saw the faces, many faces, that they recognised from all over the Wizarding world. They were students from other schools, Order of the Phoenix members and Ministry officials, celebrating this momentous occasion. But as they made their way to the Gryffindor table, they saw their family. Mrs. Weasley's eyes were red-rimmed with tears, but she smiled as she pulled each of them into a tight hug. "I'm so proud of you," she said, her voice shaking with emotion. And then there was George Weasley, his face a mask of determination. "I'll make Fred proud," he said. "I'll keep fighting." They sat down at the Gryffindor table, surrounded by their family and closest friends. There were plates of food and cups of butterbeer, but all they could do was look at each other, feeling overwhelmed about the final moments of the war. Ron finally spoke up. "Can you believe it?" he said, shaking his head in disbelief. "We actually did it." Hermione took his hand, squeezing it tightly. "Yes, we did," she said, her eyes shining with pride. "And we'll keep doing it, as long as we need to." And Harry smiled, feeling the weight of the world lift from his shoulders. "We did it together," he said, looking at his best friends. "And just like Hermione said, we'll keep doing it together for as long as we can." For in the end, it wasn't just about defeating Voldemort, it was about standing together, supporting each other, and fighting for what was right. It was about the bonds of love and friendship that carried them through the darkest of times. And as the trio stood before Dumbledore, surrounded by the warmth and love of their friends, they knew that they had truly found what they had been searching for all along. The end. Well, that's interesting. That's interesting. It's not the worst. I mean, it's not the worst. It would never ever be the ending. Dumbledore was dead and all that stuff needs to, be addressed. ChatGPT tends to repeat itself, just using different phrases. But again, the power of an AI bot to rewrite a chapter in a book is just incredible. Guys, what do you think about the final chapter of the Deathly Hallows rewritten by AI? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks again for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. It's something a little bit different from the usual Harry Potter videos. They aren't going anywhere. I've got about 10 of them recorded on the computer there behind me, and they will be shipped out in the coming days. We're going to have, my target is to release the most videos I have ever released in the month of April. So the record, I think, is 18. So I'm going to do my best to get out as 19 videos. Let's do it. 19 videos for the month of April. You are on. Have a good one, guys. Make sure to subscribe or unsubscribe. That's what the majority of you do anyway. And I'll see you all in the very next video.